Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It is a new day. We thank the good Lord it's a new day. Thank God it is a new day. So good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. It's me again, WJNI Channel 1 Life, many seasons. Wow. We got something interesting today. I got a collection of videos that was sent to me by you. Thank you so much. Just people would never expect that I actually falling off Kamala's train. I'm not sure what's going on, but I want you to see these videos, a collection of them. And then there's a new terminology that I just learned. I don't know if you've heard it before. I heard it for the first time today. It's called Californicated. That's actually quite interesting. But let's go and see what's going on here. We're going to start from the first one.
Never let anyone take your joy from you. I call myself a joyful warrior. Right? Never let anyone take your joy from you. You do what you gotta do. And isn't that a wonderful way to live? To know you have purpose.
Kamala is just a puppet of a larger machine. If the machine, I'll call it the machine, is able to run for another 4 years, there will not be any meaningful elections in the future, just like there aren't in California, and all of America will be Californicated.
Bingo. If you've heard it before, hey, I'm hearing it for the first time, so I'd like to know. Please drop in the comment section below. That is actually funny. Californicated. Okay.
Not in a good way. Yeah. Californicated. Ouch.
Ouch, indeed.
So we don't want that. That would be a bad situation. In fact, it will actually be worse than California. The reason it'll be worse than California is the one thing that holds California back
not good.
from being even worse than it is that people can move out of California and still be in America. Now, what happens when there's no place to move? It'll be way worse than California.
And then I've got this one. This was a little sensitive for me, and it actually blew my mind. This is a lady who's talking on behalf of the Arabs and telling on CNN exactly what is going on in the Arab community. Totally unexpected. But let's just listen to it. And please drop your comment in the comment section below.
I cannot find one Arab American within my social circle in business or personally who have said that they will vote for Kamala Harris. When you look at the polling, it seems sort of neck and neck. What they are saying, and this is not a Donald Trump campaign line, that Tiffany Trump's father-in-law, who's a Lebanese businessman, has been successful in kind of converting and talking to people to explain why Trump would be better. Even with the Muslim ban, even with everything else that has happened, they feel they do not have any political clout. They don't have any political operation. The only political power they have is their vote, even if it means the rise of Donald Trump.
That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. Abby says. Well, let's go to the next one now and see what they're saying as well.
You don't want her to win the White House, but do you agree with how she performed in that interview?
I believe that interview was a masterclass in why there is a statistically significant amount of black men who are tired of listening to the media and done entertaining the Democratic Party. You listen to Kamala Harris talk about a plan for black America. They've rolled out a plan for black America. My grandfather told me a very long time ago, never trust a man who promises to do tomorrow what they had the power to do yesterday. If Kamala Harris was so committed to these plans for black men in particular, she's had many instances where she could have done these things as a senator, as an attorney general, and certainly in her capacity as a vice president. So I do believe that when you have that type of interview talking about a multi-trillion-dollar plan for reparations, all while we ignore the fact that California has already studied reparations, only for the Democrats that said they were committed to passing it to saying they're one actually going to write the check.
There you go again. Californicated. Californication going on.
Black men are tired of what appears to be empty promises coming from a Democratic Party.
I mean, Joe, if you're honest with yourself, I'm sure there's some times where you would appreciate if your candidate would be more, quote unquote, scripted.
Look, I think there's a few things happening here, right? I've said it many times on this network. Vice President Kamala Harris, she wants to have her Kate and Edith too. She wants to have all the good things that come from the Biden administration. She wants to leave all the bags of the Biden administration behind her. I think if you're just looking at the core issues pertaining to the Black community, the civil rights issue of our time is education. Democrats have nominated a woman who is against school choice. They have a vice presidential candidate who is against school choice. And you have the gatekeeper for a large voter bloc that didn't ask any real questions about the civil rights issue of our time. To say that we have schools where 80% of Black children cannot read at proficient levels all across this country. And so it is a scourge that is preventing Black men from getting the tools they need in their young life to move forward. And I think if there are a lot of Black people who are saying Democrats have told us that Donald Trump is terrible, but I'm not going to allow my vote to be taken hostage by a party that continues to not deliver results every time I place my trust in their hands.
He did have a record low for Black
Yeah,
women.
I would just simply say that to that point, right? I think we have to dispense with some of the talking points here. Certainly, there is a fair way to interpret it and to interpret facts, irrespective of whether you're a Republican or Democrat. The fact remains, pre-COVID, we had 7 million new jobs created. We had record low unemployment for Black Americans. And I think even if you move beyond, all the conjecture, when you look at what Black men are really moved by, they're moved by the fact that the Democratic Party is not actually treating them fairly. That you had the only Black Republican man in the Senate who ran for president being called the equivalent of a slave that Harriet Tubman should have left behind. And no one lost their job and not a single person was fired. And so I appreciate that Sherwin says that it's good to live in America where Black men can voice their opinion independent of somebody telling them how to do so. But it is quite clear that from many people on the cable news that they have been given license to talk crazy and out of their neck about Black men who are not interested in voting for Kamala Harris. And I think, unfortunately, for not just the Democratic Party, but America, those chickens might come home to roost on November 4th.
All right, Joe.
I want to make something very clear. Black men aren't walking away from the Democrat Party because they're in their feelings. They're not walking away from the Democrat Party because they're somehow misinformed and they're being fooled. Black men have always been invisible in the Democrat Party. They've always been invisible in white liberal, white progressive spaces. We know this. And what Black men have done is they have simply identified that the politics of the so-called political left in the United States does not serve them, and by extension does not serve the Black family or our Black communities. So what we are doing is we are making a logical decision. I know it's very easy to try to scapegoat Black men as being somehow emotional because typically Democrats can only understand masculinity through this lens of emotionalism. And one of the reasons why I think they view masculinity through this lens of emotionalism is feminism. This view of life through an adversarial lens as it pertains to masculinity. They look at anything masculine as being something toxic or something that is dangerous. And that is this, it's an extreme investment into feelings. Masculine men don't really care so much about feelings. We care about the facts. And when you're dealing with the Democrat Party, you'll notice that most of the men who are Democrats, they tend to broker in feelings. They tend to be beta males. And so this heavy investment into this notion that somehow Black men are walking away from the Democrat Party in protest, I think that's where you guys are really getting it wrong.
I don't have anything to say to that. Totally agree. Here's another one, though.
Did Kamala really say that Jesus is not welcomed at her rallies? Why one of her rallies, a person yells out, "Jesus is Lord," and Kamala said, "You're at the wrong rally," meaning at Trump's rallies, they do that Jesus stuff. We don't do that here. This is a anti-God, anti-religious people. If you vote for her as a Christian, your religious beliefs are on the line.
And they did as he intended. Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
And then somebody sent me this song that has been going around shortly after that. I think it's just so timely appropriate. I'm just going to slide that in. Whomever you are that sent me this, thank you so much. Let's just watch this.
Oh, Jesus, ain't welcome at Kamala's rallies. I said, Jesus, ain't welcome at Kamala's rallies. Jesus, ain't welcome at Kamala's rallies. Calling on MAGA to lift him up. Oh, 'cause he's welcome over here. He's welcome over here. He's welcome over here at MAGA. Oh, my Jesus. You are welcome over here. You are welcome over here at MAGA. Everybody sing. I said, Jesus.
Hey, we got the harmony going on. People are talented. I don't know what else to tell you. People are talented, man. And here's another one that I did not expect at all. And we've just got to watch it together and see. I mean, people are just coming out from the woods. People you never expect are coming out and just saying, I don't think I could do this with Kamala. Watch this.
Because of Trump's way, he is an anomaly. There's never been no president quite like Mr. Trump. There's something that he's doing. Trump is destroying every enemy that was an enemy of our rise. Who's the enemy of our rise? Is it the Department of Justice, where we get none? Is it Congress, where you make a law that favors us and then you turn around and destroy it? Is it the media that has destroyed every black leader that stood up for us? Martin Luther King suffered it. Malcolm suffered it. He's attacking the media, calls it fake news. We have been the victims of some fake news.
Yes.
Wow. He's beating up the FBI. Go at it, baby. Yeah. They've been beating the hell out of us ever since J. Edgar Hoover.
And then I got this last one that I mean, it could go either way. A businessman, well-known Dave Ramsey. He just came out in the open. Says, I don't even care. I don't care if you follow me. I don't care if you like me any longer. This is what I'm going to do. That's what Dave Ramsey says. Just listen.
I'm looking at ideas and which ideas land on which side of the aisle. Where am I most likely going to get a tax policy I like, an immigration policy I like, a foreign policy I like? Where am I most likely to get a gun policy I like, a climate change policy I like, a woke policy I like, that I agree with? Where am I most likely to get that? And I can check those boxes very clearly, very quickly on these two candidates. So I'm going to tell you, I'm voting for Donald Trump, not because I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Are we going here?
That's okay. But because I check those boxes, and more of those are on that side than on the other side. Some of you are never going to listen to me again after this. That's okay. I can deal with that. That's happened to me for 30 years. People have threatened me with, I'm going to cancel you. That's hard to do. I own the show. And so you're not going to get to cancel me. So you can leave, but you can't cancel me.
Wow. He says you can leave, but you can't cancel me. It's good to have your own thing. Hey, that's all I got today. And again, thank you all that sent me all these videos. I really appreciate it. But please put your comments in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about this. We're about less than 20 days into election season now. And at this point, I don't think we should have any undecided voters. If we have anybody claiming to be undecided, I think they're lying. They already know what direction they're going. They just don't want to tell it. But that's okay. But just don't call yourself undecided. Just say, I'm decided, but I can disclose it. Undisclosed. Voting direction. Thanks for stopping by again. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll be coming back again with more pieces. You know how we like to close it? We just like to remind ourselves that we always remember we got one life with many seasons. So let's make the best of it. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. You take care now. Bye for now.